Hello and welcome back. This is the Siberian here. Yes, I am not dead, although I am under the weather right now. But that's okay. I will power through just for you guys. And we actually have a nice battle replay. Once again, with all new units. This is a good stuff. This is actually one of the first. I had a couple multiplayer battles earlier with somebody else, and then I had to leave, and then I crashed. I actually lost one of them. He was quite well. I've forgotten his name. But anyways, this is versus Blake R this time. I had enough time to complete a full match. And yeah, so we have here, I'm going as Sweden. And I've taken away the original models because I'm testing my own models and making them. So we're back to vanilla models, which is all right. And on this side, opposing me is Blake R, commanding the Russian forces. Now, this is one of his first few times. I don't know if he's played multiplayer with the new units before. I've only played it a little bit. So we're both a little bit new to the changes, but I've been playing a lot of campaign stuff to test it out. So I have a bit of an advantage there. But anyways, let's run through my army composition. I brought 3 units of cav. So I have 2 Hussar regiments, one on this flank, one on this flank, and then a Finnish light cavalry in the center. Along with that, I have 2 artillery pieces, just little 3-pounders right there and there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into slow because we're spotting some Russian cav. We have 2 Swedish militia units supported by the cav, and then I'm mostly Finnish, so I have 1 Finnish here, and then these 2 Ostrogothland. They're like the regular line infantry, then the Finnish line infantry, and over here is 3 more Finnish line infantries. Thank you. Finska, yeah. So, we'll see in stages what the enemy brings, but let's go ahead and watch this nice charge. Actually, I'm going to hit it into play. He got a couple arrows off, but they were aiming at this, and it was... Oh, that guy went flying. Let's watch a volley. So I was able to intercept with my cav, and that gave me the chance to fire a volley and recover. Otherwise, that would have been a great move because these units are both very susceptible to cavalry, and then you could snatch up that artillery piece. Meanwhile, we got more Swedes, or Finns, moving to this village. Oh, and I have 1 other fixed artillery piece back here with 3 pikemen. They're like my final reserve if I need a final charge. I was going to move them forward. I thought I had brought the howitzer one, but I brought the siege one for knocking down walls. Alright, in here we're spotting some Russian infantry. Different units. What do we got? 3 of those Polk infantry. Got some more archer cav. Oh. Their cap seems to... Arrows seem to be falling a little short. Kadorsky Polk and Prisneviki Polk. Oh, and he gets a charge off, but I managed to get a volley right at the last second. And that absolutely is devastating. Man, if he had been like half a second quicker, no volley would have gotten off. That would have turned out so much differently. Troops are reorganizing their lines. Oh yeah. Great volley. Oh, that was my siege artillery whooshing past. Alright, we're all out of range for a second. There's a little lull in the fighting. These guys are taking pot shots down here. That pretty well protected. Good little volley there. He's forming up though. So now the battle lines are emerging. I think I have the advantage of having artillery here. So that's a bonus for me for sure. Oh, my artillery is hitting that ridge unfortunately, so it's not getting the good effects that I'm hoping for. Although I think they are contributing to the morale impact, because these guys are shaken. Oh, and falling back. Oh, they broke. I'm not sure why. Maybe their morale's a little too low. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah. Let's go investigate that. Oh. You gonna get a volley? No. Whoa, that was close. Alright, let's investigate that main combat. Some canister shot breaks these Russians. There's one difficult thing about the Russians is their lower morale, especially with their medium tier that has a hard time competing with other medium tier infantry. Their high tier infantry competes really well with anything, so. But their medium tier is pretty inexpensive compared to a lot of others. So there's a balance there. And now the Russians are falling back from the central Homestead Ridge. Limbering up the artillery. Well, it looks like a cavalry charge. I wish there was a more medium zoom, but ooh, their bows. And then they charge these guys. Started to form square, didn't quite get it, so we're taking some heavy casualties. But hopefully, should see them off. Alright, they've broken. We survived that. They probably will recover, I would think. Oh, and we just missed this. These light dragoons of Russia firing a big volley. Unfortunately, at max range, it didn't do a whole lot. But now we have a nice cavalry clash. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, and my hussars get wiped off the map, shattered. And I'm forming up some line infantry. See if they can get a shot off before. Uh-oh. Oh, beautiful. They're still coming on though. Their charge was stalled. Oof. Beautiful. Alright, so we have now this line set up where I have my 6 line infantries here, 3 there, artillery here, and then he took out this artillery piece, which is unfortunate because I hadn't finished moving it up. So now it's stuck there. Even though the cannoneers recover, they can't move. So that was probably worth it with the cav, although he did suffer heavy losses in that point blank volley. And now it's just the last few units. And these guys, man, they are very, very good. They can stand up to anything any nation has to offer. That's another thing about the Russians is they recover pretty quickly. Morale, so usually they'll retreat. You'll have to give way in a lot of battles and try and rally your troops. Oh, and we have a cav charge and an infantry charge, and that breaks these guys. Beautiful. Sorry, lots is happening very quickly. Trying to keep up with it. Here is the Siberian. There he is. Look at those nice white wig. Although Swedes, following the example of their king who did not wear a wig, which was very strange at the time, Swedish nobles didn't wear wigs as much as most European nobles. You know, the white powdered wig thing, that was like the common setup for most people, but the Swedish king thought it was impractical and useless on a battlefield, and he was totally a battlefield guy. So he went without, and a lot of his generals and nobles, usually those two are the same, followed suit. Interesting little fact. Here we got some charging Swedes chasing these guys, which are shattered, so now they're reforming. Let's get it zoomed in. There's the enemy forces. Some with their backs turned, they better turn around. And my forces are now making a bit of a crescent, and I should be moving up these guys soon, and I moved these hussars over to this side. So we had some bloody cav engagements. We got some good shots off over here on the Russians. They got some really good cav charges in here. Unfortunately, I got a really good volley on those guys. There's a few times where it was like, oh man, if my guys hadn't formed up in a couple seconds, if that. Like if they had been just a hair slower, I would have lost. Now we can see the setup surrounding the enemy. Can run along the so we'll have Ostrogothlands holding down the right flank, getting their reloads in. This Finnish regiment from Nyland holding the center along with two Landsvarn. I'm not actually, well, I don't speak Swedish, so excuse my poor Swedish. Those three holding the center, and two more Finnish, no, three more Finnish units holding the left flank. The 3-pounders are getting ready. Let's watch them fire. Oh, gotta get the reloads in. Oh, that one's ready. This one is too. Just to clean the barrel a little, you know. Fire! Ah, you can see the blood on that one. I have an initial engagement. Long range volleys. Oh yeah, and here's my general on the ridge. Where is he? Hasn't got here yet. Oh, is that him? There he is. Look at that beautiful picture. Oh, it's lagging a little bit, but that's okay. Look at that. It looks like a painting. Oh. Alright, let's go investigate. So, we've engaged. Great volley. And here we go with the final charge. Well, kind of. Troops are charging. The Swedes doing what they're known for. Oh, we got a counter-flanking charge by some Russian infantry, which itself gets charged in the flank by some more Swedish infantry. The lifeguards are lining up, hoping to get a volley off. They still have 400 troops. But we get a charge in, the Swedes do. I love the impact of them staggering back from the charge. But my militia are not in the fight. They are unsure if they can take on these lifeguards. And now it's just this Finnish regiment. This is the lifeguard in the center. The Russians are holding fairly well. A lot of my Ostrogothlands are falling back. But the Finnish cav is on the flank. Yeah, Russian infantry is charging in on the Finnish cav, who's lost their momentum. They did break this infantry, so good on them. But now there is one Ostrogotland unit and some cav. My general is there to rally the troops. Oh, on this left flank. Oh, sorry, this is happening so fast. Another Russian line goes for a charge, but breaks. And now another lifeguard is on the flank. These guys have used up their volley. I try and reform. Some interesting maneuvering going on. Oh, we're gonna form lines. Who's gonna get the first volley off? Alright, Swedes get the first volley. Russians return fire. Oh, that guy got executed. Point blank. Oh, and then that guy. Oh, that was awesome. There's gonna be some terrible casualties here. And the Russian lifeguard wins the day. Now we have some Swedish hussars who rout when they see their friends running from the field. So I've lost that left flank. Here in the center / right flank, I'm just feeding in more and more reinforcements. These units who routed are now reforming. My general was the third unit to die in his 100-man bodyguard. I was so frustrated because that's what caused this part of that mass rout. However, even with the routing general, we're able to push back the lifeguard who held on for a long time and really hurt my Ostrogotlands and Nylanders. We're now have bayonets plugged. They're chasing down the lifeguard. There's one more square there. Oh, the Russian general rides down what was left of my artillery. My hussars have recovered and ready to do a flanking charge. Got a nice melee here. Ooh, and here comes a charge into the back of these unsuspecting lifeguards. Oh, trying to form square. Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. They couldn't get that square in time and break. That was a really lucky move by me. If I hadn't broken that, that would have been a pain to take out. But now the Swedish reinforcements, the pikemen, are moving forward. His general did manage to break my hussars, which is very unfortunate. And now this fight has broken the square with our infantry. Lets us bring cavalry forward. They're trying to reform it in the midst and actually get a decent amount reformed. But we're sending some of our own troops flying. That was unfortunate. But we do manage to break the square, and now there is just this final square and then one bigger square, or smaller square in the general. That these 4 units of, well, let's see, I have a Finnish, an Ostrogotland, and 2 militia units still, and then 3 pikemen. Along with my Drabantkar and Finnish light cavalry. I'm not even going to try that. And these 2 severely depleted melee only infantry because they have bit plugged bayonets. A nice square here going on. I'll go ahead and kick us into gear so we can see the final attack. With my general dead, my troops are much lower on morale. Shaken there. Steady now. Square inside of a square. They fire, and that broke my units who were not expecting them to still fight back. And that caused a bit of a chain rout, but my troops do recover. Let's go ahead and play this final stage of the battle. Watch the volleys go off. The first volley there. We will watch it from the Russian perspective. I think, oh, another solid volley. A third volley coming in. That one went mostly high. We're gonna get, oh, and then plugging bayonets. The Russians bravely countercharge. We got cavalry coming in from behind. Oof, did you see that one right there? He didn't die though, he got hit in the gut with the butt of a musket. Now the pikemen are in the fray, and oof, that is a lot of stuff going on. And there we go, the Swedes have won. I actually deployed quite a bit more, 220 troops more than the Russians, which is a surprise, but yeah, this was a lot of fun to have our first look at some of the new units. I'm very curious how his guards did, because they held out a long time. But yeah, I've really enjoyed playing this. I'm hoping to do some more with the new units. If you don't know where that is, join the Discord and go to the announcements tab, and there you'll find the downloads for all the new units, and if you want 30 units in an army in your single player campaign, you also get it there. So without further ado, I will bid you adieu and leave you with this cinematic outro. Thanks for watching. Bye.